Today, we're diving deep into Phoenix issue number 10, From the Ashes. The issue opens with a deeply reflective narration from Jean. There was a moment before I threw that frisbee into the road. A moment all I felt was weightless, free of responsibilities or expectations, the kind of freedom that only comes with the innocence of childhood. Jean beautifully captures that fleeting feeling of pure joy and innocence. But then, everything changes. And then there was the moment after I threw the frisbee, a moment when I didn't just watch my best friend die, I experienced it in my mind. In just a few seconds, my childhood ended. The narration becomes heavy with the weight of loss. Jean speaks of losing so much in that single instant: family, simple joys, her sense of security. I lost dinner with my family, bike rides on a warm summer day, staying up past my bedtime to finish that last chapter, grocery runs, pillow forts, my parents and my sister Sarah. I lost all of those things in just a few seconds and found my life irrevocably filled with loss. This tragic backstory fuels Jean's determination. It all started with a frisbee in the road. I know how it feels to lose your childhood in the span of a few seconds, and it's why I will fight like hell to make sure that doesn't happen to anyone else. This sets the stage for the central conflict of the issue. We're thrown right into the action as Jean is battling the dark gods and the nexuses of reality. The stakes are incredibly high, with the fate of multiple universes hanging in the balance. During the fight, Jean confronts Adani, but Pericus interjects, revealing Jean's weakness, her empathy. You have limitless power, Phoenix. The only thing stopping you is your pathetic empathy. A brief moment of hesitation because you care about Adani's outcome, and a brief moment is all that is needed for the Shadow Realm to begin spreading across this universe and the next. Even you can't be in all universes at once. Pericus ruthlessly exploits Jean's past choices, accusing her of prioritizing saving a prison over stopping his escape. I can pinpoint the exact moment you failed Adani. The moment you chose to help Nova save a prison inside of a black hole instead of stopping my escape pod. In that moment, you chose this outcome: a child addicted to power begging for it from whatever source she can find, the god Corey, the Shadow Realm, even your own flames. But it will never be enough to satisfy her hunger. Jean defends her decision, arguing that she acted to save the greatest number of people. I made a decision to help the greatest number of people I could. The decision to kill Adani's father to bring her to the god court. You made those choices. The battle intensifies. One of the dark gods tries to ambush John, but is quickly defeated by her flames. John narrates the situation, explaining that the dark gods are trying to slow her down, while Adani, now imbued with the Phoenix Force, spreads the Shadow Realm. But Jean is not one to back down. She attacks the Black UW, sending it to another universe, and uses her psychic abilities to counter Kel's illusions. As the battle rages, Pericus declares it's time for him and Majestine to rule the Shadow Realm. But amidst the chaos, Jean is grappling with a crucial decision. Jean reflects on the weight of moments and choices. One moment can cause a massive ripple throughout the entire universe. There is the moment before I threw the frisbee and the moment after I threw the frisbee. There is the moment before I chose to save a prison over stopping Pericus and the moment after. And there is this moment. The moment Pericus expects me to choose Adani over stopping him again, and he's right. I will choose her. Jean's empathy drives her actions. She sees Adani as an innocent child caught in the crossfire of godlike beings. An innocent mortal dragged into the affairs of the gods. A child whose course in life was in just one moment completely changed. But so like a god, Pericus is filled with hubris. He sees my empathy as weakness, but he so quickly forgets I have never been afraid to burn. Jean unleashes a surge of energy directly into Adani, a move that sends ripples across reality. This isn't about the gods or their power games, but about something more profound. In just one moment, everything can change, not with fear or destruction, but with light and life. This isn't about gods and their games, but the kind of hope that they could never begin to understand, and a kind of power that is not used to rule, but to fight for every world and every soul on every planet and every multiverse, all to prove that sometimes all it takes is a spark. Pericus is stunned by Jean's actions. No, she couldn't, he exclaims in disbelief. Oh, but I could, Jean declares. embracing her full power not just as the Phoenix, but as Jean Grey, a woman who has found her purpose. Jean approaches Adani and offers her a choice. It only takes a moment to change it all, Adani. Just one choice. A choice that only you can make. The shadows will forever live in your soul unless you choose to let go of the darkness. Adani is afraid, questioning her identity and her ability to protect herself. Then I would be a girl, and nothing more. A girl who couldn't protect her father. A girl in a world of gods and monsters who can do whatever they want. Jean counters this fear with a message of hope and empowerment. A girl in a world full of possibilities. It is not your responsibility to understand the whims of immortal beings. It is your responsibility to grow up in your own time, to experience love and friendship. Adani, moved by Jean's words, chooses the light. You can undo it. Can you undo what Pericus has done? Bring back my father and take me home. Jean's response is filled with a mix of compassion and resolve. That is not my purpose. I oversee the cycles of life and death, but interfering, restoring life where it was taken, the universe exists in balance. I have lost my own family, and believe me, there is not a day that goes by where I don't think about my parents, my sister. I miss them. I love them, and I honor their memories by maintaining the universe to the best of my abilities. That is the way of the light. Adani accepts Jean's words and embraces the light. I choose light. In an instant, she returns to her original form. Jean takes Adani to a safe place. Rocket asks if Adani is truly healed, and Jean confirms that she is, explaining that Adani released the power, and Jean absorbed it. Jean establishes a sanctuary, a haven for those harmed by the powerful beings of the universe, a place where children can simply be children. This moon will serve as a sanctuary to anyone who has been harmed or displaced by the higher powers of the universe, a place where children can just be children, and it is protected by me. Jean acknowledges her allies, Rocket and Nova, and expresses her gratitude. Rocket Nova, I appreciate having allies like you in the stars, and I will need to count on you to tackle issues that the Phoenix can't. Nova asks a poignant question. What can't the Phoenix do? Jean explains her cosmic purpose. How about I tell you what I can do? As the Phoenix, my focus is on cosmic balance. The universe is a vast garden in need of someone to help stop the weeds from spreading. As I tend to this cosmic garden, I will treat each corner like my own family. But then, a mysterious voice calls out to Jean. Jean, is that you? I've been calling to you, Jean, looking for you even when others told me you were dead. But when I felt that blast of light when I saw that great shape of the Phoenix in the sky, I knew I was right to never stop looking. I knew my sister was alive. The issue ends with a shocking reveal. The woman is Sarah, Jean's sister. Wow, what a cliffhanger. This issue was packed with emotion, action, and powerful themes about choice and empathy. What do you guys think about Sarah's return? What are your predictions for the next issue? Let me know in the comments below.